All right, thank you for checking out our next Spinal Correction Spotlight. I hope these videos give you hope that you were made in God's image to heal yourself from above down, inside out, that you have this natural innate healing capacity within you, and that despite how you may feel, your function is most important, that there is hope for you to overcome some of the physiological issues that you might be having as well as the physical ones. So we have a 31-year-old female. She's been in the hospitality industry for a long time, so many hours standing up, awkward bending, reaching, things like that. She had some debilitating low back pain that she was referred to us, and she had previous history of this in the past, but she always did the medical route, right? She always took the muscle relaxers, the painkillers, as an attempt to try to gloss over or hide the symptoms instead of actually dealing with the cause. Unfortunately, this time, it got to the point where none of those traditional methods, none of those medical methods were working at all, not just to give her any pain relief, but to actually allow her to be functional again. And if you know anything about hospitality care, days off means no money in your pocket. So she really couldn't take that many days off, laid up on the couch, suffering and trying to overcome this thing without doing something about it. And so that's where we found her. Now, with that said, this was the most severe it had ever gotten for her. She was having, yes, severe low back pain. She couldn't stand up straight. And she was having the sharp shooting pains down her legs. Her legs felt weak. And under most circumstances, these are the types of things that most people, unfortunately, go straight to the medical doctor for, orthopedist, or something along those lines. When chiropractic, especially subluxation-based chiropractic, is so positioned to be able to help with this effectively. Unfortunately, that's where so many people wait, right? They wait until things are so bad that they're in dire straits, and so they're looking to treat something instead of maintain health, right? Treating disease versus maintaining health are two separate things. That's really where subluxation-based care comes from, is that you are being proactive in your health care and not waiting for the emergency, not waiting for the other shoe to drop, not just covering up symptoms using medication. And that's what she was been doing for so many years, that it finally caught up to her. And although her body is able to adapt to all these stresses, it finally got to a point where it couldn't. The interesting thing is that she has a history of chiropractic care, but as a child when she was in dance, but she never put two and two together to think, hey, this is something that can help me as an adult. And so despite her having some history of chiropractic care, she had nothing for the better part of those formative years that have all laid into why her spine was the way it was. On a side note, as part of our exam process, she also kind of shared with us that suffering from like a low energy issue, like she was living like caffeine to caffeine, coffee to energy drink. She had pretty significant headaches, and she had some menstrual issues that only started after she had her child. So there were some other physiological, some other functional things that were going on with her that we know as chiropractors are all tied into nervous system and how the nervous system functions. So our initial x-rays, as you can see, show that she not only had a loss of her lumbar curve, which is pretty significant, she also had a pretty significant amount of degeneration in her L5. And those are those types of subluxation change, the effects of subluxation that we tend to find that are long-standing, that are chronic. And those are the things that if we catch them early enough, we can actually reverse and keep them from progressing to the point where they're creating so much pressure on that nervous system that it starts affecting your quality of life and your ability to function and act in your everyday normal activities of daily living. So we did a 6-month care plan based on her exam findings, based on her x-ray findings. And as we expect at this point, her headaches had resolved, her energy had improved, mental fog and mental clarity had improved, as well as her menstrual cycle had normalized. Cramping that she had, severe cramping, that had resolved. Of course, you know, the pain going down into her legs, her back pain. The problem is that we really didn't see pretty significant change in her follow-up x-rays that would, let's say, coincide with the type of physiological changes that she saw in real life. And because of her history, she decided that she wanted to really put a finishing touch on this. She didn't want to just glaze over the fact that now that she's out of pain, she could just go back to doing what she's doing. She really wanted to make a structural change and to see where all of this could go, especially considering that she had such a profound effect and impact with her physiology, with her ability to function. So we did an additional 6-month care plan. We stuck to our main process, which is subluxation correction, adjusting if there's an indicator that she is subluxated, and where there's an indicator that the subluxation is actually located. And this was independent of where she was experiencing pain or otherwise. And the follow-up, right? The 1 year x-rays show such a dramatic change in her structure that finally followed her physiological changes that she was experiencing in real life. Now, not everybody needs a year care plan because everybody is unique. But time is a factor in all things, which means that if we don't go through the process of getting to the point of maintenance, that you could be short-circuiting your overall correction of your spine and your ultimate experience of your healing process that happens once that brain-body connection is improved and restored. Okay, so subluxations are the underlying cause of any type of body dysfunction. Okay, and usually that dysfunction is what leads to dis-ease. Not a disease process, but dis-ease, a lack of ease, a lack of harmony in the body, which ultimately can, and if we see this side of all of those processes are the end result of some type of dysfunction. The beautiful thing is if we can start your chiropractic care, your identification of subluxation and correction where necessary, if we can start it early enough, many times we can interrupt the destructive processes that wear away discs, that cause bone degeneration and spondylosis and osteoarthritis and all these other things, and actually increase and improve the quality of life that you have in the future. So I hope that this gives you some indication of really what you're capable of, how you are a healing organism from inside out, how you've got this innate intelligence that's forever trying to express life and health and function, and that's not just relegated to certain people. This is, everybody has this opportunity. It's whether or not you're getting your subluxations corrected that allows this process to express itself. So give us a call. We'd love to be able to take some x-rays of you, do some investigative work on you, and find out how subluxation-based chiropractic can help you really express that life that you have internally, but also impact positively the life that you're looking to lead out there, so that you can be the best mom, the best dad, the best employee, the best CrossFitter, whatever it is that you like to do and who you need to be, you could do better with corrective chiropractic care.